Well, the topic is foreign investments in Indian insurers. Foreign investments in Indian insurers. I'm Jayendra Rana. Will let you know what are the foreign investments in Indian insurers. Say, in a new set of regulations titled Other Forms of Capital Regulation 2022, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India stipulates that the quantum of investments in foreign investors, including foreign institutional investors, foreign portfolio investors, and the two kinds of instruments, preferences share and subordinated debts, cannot exceed the structural cap specified by the Foreign Exchange Management Act, that is called FEMA. So IRDAI stipulates that the total quantum of the instruments under other forms of capital taken together should be the lower at any point of time of 50% of the total paid up equity share capital and securities, premium of an insurer or 50% of the net worth of the insurer. So the regulator in a circular dated January 13 said the move was made with the objective of deconcentration and diversification of insurance infrastructure portfolio, as well as from the perspective of participation in environmental, social, and governance initiatives. So, the FD limit of insurance sector has already gone up to 75%. The Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has indicated the government's decision to increase foreign direct investment threshold in the Indian insurance sector to 75% from 49%. That was in 2015. So this statement was a result of the poor density and penetration in the country's indisposed insurance sector. So according to the reports by IRDAI, insurance penetration in India stood at 2.74% for life insurance policies and 0.97% for non-life insurance plans, despite the existence of 60 companies. So the above data is significantly low compared to developed nations like Japan, UK, Singapore, etc. But this clearly indicates a massive need for growth in India's insurance sector and the deprivation of a majority of the Indian population. So as per the DPIIT, this amendment will take effect from the Foreign Exchange Management Notification issuance date. This bill was passed in Parliament in March 2021 and is an amendment of the Insurance Act 1938. So a closer look at the budget 2021 FDI limit hiked to 75% under automatic route was considered. That the significant step for Indian insurance sector it was. Originally, the safeguards announced in this amendment includes the board of directors and key managerial persons will primarily comprise Indian residents. 50% of a company's directors need to be independent. Insurance companies should retain a percentage of their profits as general reserves. This will ensure liquidity and adequacy to meet liabilities in different scenarios, further building policyholders' confidence. Moreover, the government has already considered the FDI limit of 74%. But now, officials in New Delhi are considering a proposal to raise the foreign direct investment limit in the insurance sector from 74% to 100%. This initiative has the support of the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, but it will require political approval since amending the Insurance Act is necessary. So the proposal aims to open up the sector further to foreign investors, as the current cap is seen as restrictive. Additionally, there are discussions around easing other FDI regulations, including the requirement that certain top management positions must be held by Indians. Officials who are part of these conversations revealed that a comprehensive set of amendments to the law is also in the works. Although the aiming for the bill's introduction is not yet decided. The Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade is also reviewing sectoral norms to encourage more unbridled investments. So given the most large Indian companies and conglomerates have already invested in the insurance sector, it is time to allow 100% FDI in the sector since several foreign players with deep pockets are willing to come into the country but are not able to find a matching domestic player. A higher FDI limit would particularly benefit the long-term capital-intensive life insurance business. The promoters' company need to continually invest to meet solvency requirements mandated by the regulator before the company starts generating profits. This means only deep-pocketed promoters can successfully enter and sustain operations in the sector. It is almost 25 years since the sector was opened up, and despite an increase in the limit, we still have strong Indian players in the business. So there does not appear to be any threat, especially when there are detailed guidelines and the regulator keeps a close watch on all the players. The foreign investments and repatriation are also subject to several checks and balances, which serves as safety measures. The amendment to the law are under discussion with IRDAI and are expected to be finalized soon. This move to increase the FDI limit in the insurance sector is seen as a step to attract more substantial foreign investments, leveraging the willingness of deep-pocketed foreign players eager to enter the Indian market. This initiative aligns with the broader goal of liberalizing consumer-facing sectors. Insurance is one of the few remaining areas still partially restricted to foreign investments. The officials are discussing a proposal to increase the foreign direct investment limit for insurers to 100%. To 100% from current 74%, a move which has the backing of the regulator but will need political clearance since it involves an amendment to the Insurance Act. So besides other proposals to ease FDI rules for the sector, such as the mandate to have Indians in certain segments of the top management, are also being reviewed. Apart from FDI, a comprehensive set of amendments to the law are also proposed, although the bill timing is yet to be decided. The Department for Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade too is undertaking a review of the sectoral norms and rules to ensure that the investments come unfettered. Insurance is among one of the consumer-facing sectors that remains only partially open to FDI, while other sectors have all moved on. So given the most large Indian companies and conglomerates have already invested in insurance sectors, it is time to allow 100% FDI in the sector since several foreign players with deep pockets are willing to come into the country but are not able to find a matching domestic player. A 100% limit will be especially beneficial for the long gestation life insurance business where the promoter needs to keep capitalizing the company to meet the solvency norms prescribed by the regulator. As a result, only promoters with deep pockets can enter space, as it requires a constant flow of funds till the company starts generating profits. It is almost 25 years since the sector was opened up, and despite an increase in the limit, we still have strong Indian players in the business. There does not appear to be any threat, especially when there are detailed guidelines and the regulator keeps a close watch on the players. There are several checks and balances on overseas investment and repatriation apart from the capitalization norms which act as a safety valve. The amendment to the law are being discussed with the IRDAI and they would be finalized this soon. They will be finalized soon. Why? Because it is evident that the budget has brought about the certain policy changes and extensive regulations to implement the government's decisions. Now this 100% FDI would open the floodgates for capital to the insurers and also open the gates to the entry of new insurance companies. Because still, considering the population of the country and the potential of the insurance business, the number of insurers are not sufficient in India. And this number must increase. This number must increase because the entire market is untapped. Entire market is untapped. Even the rural and social sector needs the insurance, but the availability is still an issue because the insurance companies are not eager to open their branches offices there. So as long as the reach of insurance companies are not there in the rural segments, the customers are deprived of the insurance. And the IRDA has the target to provide insurance by 2047 to all. So this is a difficult target, in fact. But with the efforts of insurance regulator, this is possible. And increase in FDI in the insurance sector will also open the gates for the newcomers. So the Indian government announced that 100% foreign direct investment would be permitted, and insurance intermediaries such as insurance brokers, web aggregators and third-party administrators. So the government amended the Indian Insurance Companies Foreign Investment Rule 2015 to allow this change. Here are some reasons why the government may be considering 100% FDI in the insurance sector. The capital-intensive life insurance needs a higher FDI limit, and this limit could benefit the life insurance business, which requires a lot of capital and ongoing investment to meet solvency requirements. Then some foreign players are willing to invest in India but can't find a domestic partner. And then foreign investment and repatriation are subject to checks and balances. So the government has increased the FDI limit in the insurance sector over the years. In 2014 it was 26%, 2015 it was 49%, 2021 it was 74%. And the increase is still under consideration, and it should be done as early as possible, because the proposal which has gained support from the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India is aimed at attracting more foreign investors to further open up the insurance market. However, implementing this change requires amending the Insurance Act, which will need political approval. This initiative is part of a broader effort to ease FDI regulations. Alongside increasing the FDI limit, authorities are also reviewing other rules such as the requirement for key management roles to be filled by the Indian nationals. So a comprehensive set of amendment to the law is in the work, although there is no clear timeline for when the bill will be introduced. So the Department of Promotion of Industries and Internal Trade is also involved in reviewing sectoral norms to encourage more liberalized investments. If approved, the increased FDI limit is expected to significantly benefit the life insurance sector, which is both long-term and capital-intensive. So companies in this space need to maintain substantial investments to meet the solvency requirements set by the regulator, meaning only financially robust promoters are likely to thrive. So the proposed amendments are ongoing and could be finalized soon, given the current political scenario where the government is in full majority in the Lok Sabha. Securing political clearance will be essential. However, it is anticipated that the coalition partners or oppositions may not oppose them. Let's see how this is functioning. But if it is done, 100% FDI is allowed, then of course the market will increase. The Indian government is considering raising the foreign direct investment limit in the insurance sector from the current 74% to a full 100%. Thank you very much.